Okay, we quickly go on to Junior Max for the final. Here's your grid. Dave Stevens and Thijs van Wijk line up on the front row. Badine Blankenberg and Jos Valkenaars are on row number 2. Row 3, Noah Janssen and Boaz Maximov. Max Sadurski and Adam Vida round out row 4, with David Dorstein and Lieke van Berkel completing the top 10. Bran van der Weyken and Luca van Leer, row 6. Olivier Janssen, Ryan Kivits-Bosch, row 7. Vince Dries and Temma Koopmans, row 8. Levi Dries, Rick Corporal, Jim Buck and Tony van Leersum round out the top 20. With Charlotte van Nissum 21st, Philip Wisniewski, Rocco Kerr, Ludin Engelsman and Jort van Eickelen rounding out the 25 strong. Penalties post the pre-final. Well, Philip Wisniewski, there was a decision by the stewards from CNAF that there was, of course, verbal abuse pointed towards an official, 10-second penalty given. Mechanical flag was given to the 203 of Rocco Kerr and also the 203 of Philip Wisniewski. 2 front fairing penalties issued post the pre-final. Jort van Eickelen, 5-second time penalty, even though he DNF'd, and the 215 of Vince Dries got a 5-second penalty for that infraction. So let's see what happens here. Stevens, Van Wijk, Blankenberg, Valkenaars could be at the sharp end of this big time. But Van Wijk took the win in the final. We've had 2 drivers already so far today that have done the double. Can Van Wijk make it 3 in a row? Light the flag, waves us into racing, and Stevens leads us into the opening couple of corners. It is going to be very, very close indeed. Badine Blankenberg up to 2nd. Noah Janssen up from 5th now to 3rd. And lots to trip over each other. Oh, someone got a bit of a hip check there. That was one of the CRGs. Too sure which one that was, but it was around about the area where Max Sadurski might be currently located. He was 7th on the grid. And there is Sadurski. Adam Vida, I think, maybe in the 266. So we still have quite a lot of this. Now, the humidity has now gone to its highest, 90% so far. 10 degrees Celsius, north wind, or northerly wind of 14 kilometres an hour, which is about 8.5–9 miles an hour, if give or take. But again, we're going to see a lot of pack racing over the next few moments, as there is a move. I think there might have been possibly Bran van der Weyken getting through at turn 5, possibly, as the leaders make their way through into turn 9. And one of the CRGs being left a little bit hung out to dry. That was the 224. Levi Dries, as there is Max Sadurski, currently running P6 ahead of Adam Vida on the 268 CRG. As, oh, right, Vince Dries has just dropped big time. 3-second time penalty. That might be, oh, that's Max Sadurski. I think that might be for 2 wheels out of the tram line. So I just saw the digital board go up on the start-finish straights that Max Sadurski has a 3-second time penalty coming his way. And that is for unsportsmanlike driving. I've just seen on the live timing. Oh dear. Keep your elbows in and don't do anything untoward. So Sadurski with a 3-second time penalty. Well, that'll drop him big time outside of the possibly the Max Sadurski at the moment is, that would put him 13th currently on the road. So we are 10 minutes and 20 seconds still remaining in this race. So Boaz Maximov is right with Max Sadurski, so Sadurski will have seen that penalty board. Oh, Maximov tries to go through at turn 8, and he got the job done. I haven't seen many overtakes happening there at all this weekend. That's the first. And Maximov just went, right, okay, let's go for it. And decided to thread the eye of the needle, let's say. 9 3/4 minutes still to go, plus an additional lap. Fastest lap of the race so far. Dies van Wyk is all. That's a send. That's a late send there by Max Sadursky. And that was on Luca van Leer, I believe, in the 284, which was the case. And right behind them is Bran van der Weyken. Van der Weyken is really... Van der Weyken was a Minimax driver last year, and nearly making it 3 wide into turn 10 was the 290. And then he's got the 285 trying to go up the inside. That's Lieke van Berkel. And then Rick Corporal, back end up in the air, over the curbing at turn 11, gets through on the 285. Well, Rick Corporal up 7 places. But in the meantime, there's the change for the race lead. And it's going to change twice in 2 corners. Blankenberg got through, and he's going to lose out. He's going to lose out second. Will he lose out third? Yes, there's a little bit of a hip check, but there comes... That is your Valkenars. Valkenars decides, right, I'm going for it, and he went for it. He got it. Well, Bodine Blankenberg, within 3 to 4 corners, went from first... Does this sound familiar? 5th. It's like with the Minimax final just a few minutes ago. My goodness me. Valkenars, in the meantime, has just put in the new fastest lap of the race. 45.422. So it really does go to show that if you chance it, you play your cards right, you'll get through and get the job done. And that's exactly what happened. But Noah Janssen has the opportunity to try and go for a race win. Stevens will think otherwise. Van Wyk will want to do 2 in a row. Valkenars will want to get a win. Blankenberg will be thinking, hang on, I should be in this battle. But now he's got behind him Aaron Vida on the CRG chassis in the 268. But they are battling for top rookie honours as well. Okay, Van Wyk up the inside. That's through on Janssen for P2 at turn 4. And Janssen, judging by his performance, I know for a fact that he'll be competing in Rotax Germany, which starts its season on the 20th and the 21st of April at Procarp Raceland Circuit in Wackersdorf. I should know I'm going to be there. But great to see there's been a real reinvigoration of Noah Janssen since moving to Kart Republic Machinery and has joined the team at Doha Motorsport. Partially run by Rainer Born. He's got quite a few good talents in there, including Tim Mika Metz, previously a Rotax Max Challenge DD2 champion. Bran van der Weyken is on the move as well. Oh, good dearie me. I don't know how loose that back end of Thijs Stevens' kart was, but it was trying to track to the left-hand side when he hit the brakes going into turn 4, or turn 5. So this is now going to be a... Oh, right, okay. Let me say this. Don't just count out the top 5, rounded out by Bodine Blankenberg. We could have an opportunity here where the top 7 could be in with a shout. If Boris Maximov and Adam Vida start hustling a little bit, Maximov is 2.2 seconds, and now the squabbling's going to start. This is where you always have drivers trying to one-up each other. This is going to give Janssen possibly an opportunity. That is going to be Valkenars passed by Blankenberg. And now Van Wyk trying to look through at turn 7 and 8 on Stevens for the race lead. Janssen hasn't really moved off the racing line, so to speak, in comparison with everybody else. So he's just trying to keep it nice and calm and collected, which sometimes the calmer head does prevail. I should know that. It's happened to me. Right, okay, things are getting feisty. Blankenberg now through for 3rd at T1. You can see there's a little bit of dust there going through 2. And Janssen returns the favour neatly through at turn 4, but then Valkenars gets through, does the pair of them at turn 4, now into 5. Maximov, I did say, if they start fighting the person behind, at 6 karts. Now wait for Aaron Vida to come on in. Bodine Blankenberg and Boris Maximov now start battling. And oh, now that was a bit cheeky there, that hip check from Bodine Blankenberg. And, oh well, gets a little bit of karma. And there is Aaron Vida through on Bodine Blankenberg. There you go. And now we've got a change in the lead of the rookie classification. Aaron Vida now through. So that is 7 karts. Now turn your attention to those behind. I see Max Swiderski, Bran van der Weyken. Here we go again. Janssen has just been passed by Boris Maximov for 4th. They are fighting too much. That is the problem. Everyone's trying... We're at this stage in a driver's development where everyone's trying to one-up each other big time. And now you are going to have a freight train. You are not just going to have Stevens, who leads, Van Wyk, Valkenars, Janssen, Vida, Maximov, Vida, Janssen, Bodine Blankenberg. You then add, look, there's going to be at least a baker's dozen of karts. Look, they are starting to fan out. This is 3.5 minutes to go. Stevens, don't start fighting it. Don't start fighting it. Vida's now through. That's for 4th on Valkenars. The more they fight, the more they're going to cause problems for themselves. And I see this time and time again. And at a circuit like this, where mistakes are so costly. So costly. Okay, right, let's have a look at this. Stevens, Van Wyk, Maximov, Vida, Valkenars. Right, okay, top 10. This is crazy. Jim Baku's 11th is only 1.6 seconds. Oh, we've had one off. One has just gone off at the run through out of turn 2. So someone will be dropping like a bad habit. 3 wide coming out of turn 5. Okay, this is going to get messy. Just brace, come on. And now Stevens has got exactly what he wanted. He thought, right, I'm going to be doing everything I can. Now, that is a Tony kart that is off. I can't pick out the number. So someone's race and his race day has ended early. That is not exactly... Let's have a look. Oh, that's your Valkenars. Valkenars is out of the final. Max Swiderski now finds himself in P3. Bodine Blankenberg is now 2nd. Van Wyk has just got through at turn 5 on Janssen. We've got 1 minute and 45 to go. So your Valkenars in all that melee got... Oh, dearie me. 3 wide. Oh, dearie me. Lieke van Berkel's on the outside of turn 7. That says to me straight away, these drivers are not giving any... They're not giving any quarter. This is where it can get very, very... Let's say the word worrying. The thing is, we've now got 3 drivers. If Swiderski picks up the win on the road, he will be down in 7th. And Swiderski round the outside at turn 5 on Bodine Blankenberg, who in turn is trying to fight Tay Stevens for the race lead. This is now bringing in Van Wyk. This is now bringing back in Janssen. Van der Weyken is 6th. In all the madness, one or two drivers have kept that little bit calmer. Van der Weyken is 6th. And whoever that driver is on the right-hand side of the circuit... Oh, right onto the racing line. Whoever that was, I'm not sure, but did not need to be at that point on the circuit. Right on the racing line. Blankenberg loses out 2nd. Could be 3rd with Van Wyk. And they've got to stop hip-checking each other. Race control will be over that like a rash. Janssen now 4th. Stevens is away. This has cost the opportunity of Van Wyk to get 2 finals in a row. We had 14 carts within a second and a half of each other, and Blankenberg decides to go on the very aggressive defence ahead of Bran van der Weyken, who's earned the right to be there. Stevens now 0.8 of a second. Now keep your eyes on the 3 behind. They've got to start pushing. They really need to start pushing. But Swiderski and Janssen start battling. That's now released Thies van Wyk. And now Boris Maximov fancies an opportunity to get past Bran van der Weyken, who's made up 5 places. Rocco Kerr has moved up 15, 23rd to 8th. If there's any well, there are some post-race penalties coming, I'm sure. Max Swiderski being the most obvious one. They could be up in the top 5. But we're going to have 1 more lap to go. What is the gap between Tae Stevens and Thies van Wyk? That's what I want to know. Half a second. Van Wyk has got to big time bring it. Swiderski, oh dearie me, Blankenberg gets turned around. Van der Weyken caught up in the crossfire, and it was all down to a late lunge from Boris Maximov. Van der Weyken will be absolutely fuming. Again, it's that sense of desperation. You lunge like that in the last lap. You don't just cost yourself a race. We got one off at turn 8. Turn 8, someone has gone backwards onto the grass, but this could be a run to the line. Let's see what happens. It's not going to be Van Wyk, it's Stevens. Stevens by 53 thousandths of a second. And Noah Janssen picks up a podium. Swiderski is 4th on the road, but will drop to 14th. Rocco Kerr, Temo Koopmans. Okay, Rocco Kerr was 23rd. He was on the penultimate row of the grid and gets 5th. I said it. I thought it might be the case. Temo Koopmans, 16th to 6th. Lieke van Berkel, Jim Bak, Luca van Leer, Rick Corporal, Eva Dorstein, Adam Vida, Levi Dries, Ryan Kivitz-Bosch. That rounds out the top 14. 15th, Oliver Janssen. Then you've got Vince Dries, Philip Wisniewski, Noord den Engelsman, Charlotte van Leersum, Blankenberg, Van der Weyken, and Maximov. Okay, Maximov comes across the line. Van der Weyken crosses the line. Blankenberg will be down in 22nd ahead of Jort van Ekelen, Tony van Leersum, and Jur Valkenaars out on probably an exchange where he got moved off the circuit at turn 2. But Stevens takes the win by 53 thousandths with Van Wyk, 2nd, and the fastest lap of the race.